Alright, what's going on today, guys? It's VersaaCollectables, and we are back for another video. And guys, it is done. It is the Cyber Dragon Collection binder. You guys know I've been working on this for a long time, and I am here to show you everything in its glory. So sit back, relax, and let's enjoy this.
ユベルのモンスター効果発動俺のあがきだ
ユエルの流れをつかむ才能があるわ
目クソ鼻クソ耳クソどもがそして E キュービックのエフェクト発動
初めてやられるやつになれるってことをさ苦しみと悲しみの中でこそ
Alright guys, so I am ready to show you this. I know you guys are probably pretty excited to see it. Like I said, this collection took me like a year or more, just a little over a year to get it completed. And honestly, I would have completed it a little faster, but I bought some sealed product and other stuff, and other expenses came up that kind of got in the way. But yeah, guys, so first disclaimer for this video, I do not have a good setup at all. That is mostly why I haven't been uploading recently, guys. I had a lot of equipment break on me and a bunch of other stuff, and between the last video and now I actually got engaged, so I'm gonna be moving with my fiance back to Japan here soon, probably at the beginning of summer. So I really didn't want to buy a bunch of equipment and stuff to have for videos and then have to try and get it over there, just not bring it at all and just be a waste. So that's a little disclaimer there. Just wanted to let you guys know about that. But let's get into this binder, guys. I really want to go in depth with this as best as I can while trying to hold my phone camera. But so yeah, guys, starting off we have my Cyber Dragons. So this collection is entirely every single monster, every single cyber card that Zane or Marufuji, whatever you want to call him, used in the anime and manga that ever got a printing, either in the OCG or in the TCG, as well as every single manga spell, because there's only one spell card that ever came from the manga, and I will educate you guys on that if you don't know. And just like his most important spell cards from the anime, because a lot of people use the same stuff, so I kind of just picked which ones I thought were my favorite. So yeah, every single monster card that was a Cyber Dragon that he ever used is in this binder, and my favorite rarities and stuff, so it's going to be really cool. So let's get into this first part here as I adjust my camera. So like I said, I have my super rare Cyber Dragons from CRV. Then we move into the Japanese ones here as well. So yeah, I have playsets for every Cyber Dragon original art. So later on you'll see I don't have playsets for everything, but you know, Cyber Dragon, you just need a playset, you know, or you can't get, you know, like Cyber N, Cyber Twin. So it just kind of made sense to me. The ultis, these are all NA print. You know, I really am not a stickler about NA versus EU. You know, I love the pop on EU, but I also really love the subtleness on NA. You know, sometimes less is more. So I have the third one down here, and then we have these guys, the Japanese ultis, looking really nice. They're popping pretty well in the lighting. But yeah, so that's the first page right here, and we're gonna go on to the second page here. So right here I have the 10 secret rares, and then I have DRO4 over here, which is honestly one of my favorite printings. You know, these guys are super rare to find, especially in good condition. And speaking of condition, every single card in this binder is near mint to mint. And when I mean near mint to mint, like, I'll explain to you guys some of the, I've cracked 2 PSA 10s for this binder and like a bunch of 8s and 9s for a lot of cards. So you will see that like a lot of these cards are in like crazy good condition, and that's just because I really am picky about my conditions. And I also just think that, you know, a binder isn't like a place to put all your like light play and mid play cards like everybody else does. You know, I think it's a good way to house your cards. And you know, I kind of have my ifs and ends with like grading. I think it's cool and all, but I will definitely always be a binder collector. But enough of me yapping. So you kind of saw over here, we'll come back. DRO4, and this is EE04, which is the DRO4 equivalent in Japan that came out first. So I have 3 copies of those. And then I have Legendary Collection GX Ultras. You can see that this one is actually a Euro print, and then that one is a NA print, just kind of the difference in color there. And then this is the only disclaimer, is I did just say every card in this binder is near mint to near, or like minty. It is a little bit of a lie. These 3 gold rares from 2008, I cannot find them. I can't even find graded copies of them, like at least on the market. like eBay and stuff to crack to have like clean near mint to mint copies. And you know, a box of gold series is like 2 to 3K depending on what the seller's asking. So these cards are light play. I do deem them as light play, but they are literally the only cards in this entire binder that aren't like near mint to minty. But you know, if anybody has these cards, I will buy them from you. Like graded or not, I will crack them, or raw, just please. Like and I don't want to spend like 2 or 3K for gold series and then maybe pull like 1 or 2 of them, so it's not worth it. So then I have the other golds here. These ones are all minty. These ones I was super happy to find minty. Like there was some seller on eBay selling them, and just gold rares in general, man. These were some of the hardest cards to find in like clean condition. Even in the Japanese sets, they were still pretty tough, but the English ones, man, those ones were harder to find than some of these expensive ultis for sure. Then over here we have dual terminal. So in this binder, some cards that I do not have are Asian English cards, which I think are really awesome. But you know, I'm already collecting English and Japanese, so it's kind of, you know, the same but different, you know what I mean? So I really didn't focus on Asian English cards. There are no Asian English cards in this binder. Mattel Cyber Dragon, obviously that card's still basically a myth at this point, but I would have got 3 copies if it was a real card, possibly, you know, but the price obviously would have been super high. And so speaking of that, I do not have the dual terminal preview cards. These are just the original dual, like the regular dual terminal. Just the price point, you know, like I would have spent like 2K for like 1 copy, and so if I had to get 3 copies, that would have broke the bank on me, so I kind of skipped out on those. But I pretty much have every other high rarity. I really liked collecting like dual terminal, and like even we have Duelist Saga. Honestly, these were just fillers. I don't really like have much attachment to these ones, and I don't really like care for them that much, but it was a filler card because I didn't really have anything else to put in there. And then we have the PAC1 like parallel rares, 3 copies of those. And we have the secret rares here. Then we move into the like prismatic secret rares. And then I have the 20th anniversary prismatic secret rares. These I wanted for such a long time, and I just put them off. And so I got some extra cash, and I was like, all right, I'm grabbing 3 copies of these. Then I have Hidden Arsenal, I think, or whatever it's called. I don't remember the set name. I just thought the rarity was kind of cool, and it like mimicked dual terminal, so I really liked it. So let's take a look here. So then we have the Speed Duel GX secrets. I thought Speed Duel was kind of cool. Then I move into the Ghost Rares, some newer stuff here, as you can see. And then now we get into the All Art Cyber Dragon. So here I just kind of disregarded my rule of a playset, just because I really just wanted playsets for the original arts. So here we have a dual disc promo from Japan. This was the first printing, I believe, of the All Art Cyber Dragon ever. The first ever printing of All Art Cyber Dragon appeared in Duelist Pack Zane, but it was only a rare. And so in this binder, I didn't really collect rares unless that was the only printing of the card. So I kind of just skipped over it, but it's still a pretty valuable card, like 20-30 bucks because it's short printed. So then I have Legendary Collection GX. Then I have Dual Terminal. Actually, this was Legendary Collection GX. This was Raw Yellow. Then I have Dual Terminal. Then I have the Secret Rare, and then the Prismatic. And then we get over to the OTS. We have Cyber, Proto Cybers here. Doesn't have an ulti printing in Japan, so the TCG actually did a lot better there. Then I have DR04. So that's why I have DR04 there, then DR04 here. Then we have Legendary Collection GX, and then we move on to Cyber Barrier, which is really, really cool. And then we have the Japanese ulti. We have going into Cyber Laser. We have the Ultra. Then I have the English ulti. So let me turn the page here. He is chilling by himself over here. And then we have Cyber Phoenixes. These are really, really cool. This one's like super, super minty. And then, so we have the Japanese ulti. Then we have DR04 in Japan. I should put that one in first. I don't know. But then we have Legendary Collection GX. We have Cyber Valleys. which are looking pretty nice. Then we have Cyber Keating. Does not have anything higher than a common printing, and there was only 3 printings each. I think it's EOJ, DR04, and Duelist Pack Zane. So I really wanted to pick up all of those ones. So you will see that I have all of those here, as well as the Japanese equivalent. And then we also have Cyber Ouroboros, one of the cards most people probably don't even remember. I think Zane used it once in the anime. So yeah, first edition printing in Phantom Darkness was the only time it was ever printed, as well as in the Japanese set. So just those 2, nothing special. Then we move on to the Cyber Twins. Looking really nice here. Yeah, like I said, guys, all of these conditions in here are like minty. Like, I'll show you guys some of the conditions now. Like, a lot of it was like super minty. Like I said, I'm super picky my conditions, and I really wanted this binder to be special. So we have some other printings here, like Legendary Collection GX. We have like Dual Terminal, and then we move into the Cyber Ends. Man, like, just looking at this page from like a top view, just look at that. You can't tell me that isn't sexy. So yeah, the Ultra, that's actually a Euro print. We have the Ultra in Japanese, first edition ulti. Love this guy. Got a double sleeve for a reason. Then I actually have 2 of the Japanese ultis, just because I think it looks really nice. They have a Mattel, and let's see, I think that was DR04. Yep, then we have Japanese DR04. Master Collection Volume 2 in Japan. Had a lot of GX stuff. Now this card really here was cool, and I almost skipped it over because I also collect every dual terminal card. And this actually is a dual terminal, as you can see right there, but it never came in like the dual terminal machines that you guys are thinking of. It actually came as a promo in like a, I think it was Mattel figure, but it's not the ones you're thinking of that we had in America. It was a different one that came out way later in Japan, and so this was actually a promo for that, which is kind of weird saying it has a dual terminal and dual terminal rarity, and it didn't actually come from a dual terminal. So that's kind of one of the cooler cards I have. There's Legendary Collection GX, PAC, and then the 20th anniversary right here. Let's look at that shine, looking so nice. Then I actually did pick up 3 copies of the misprint that came in the structure deck, just because they were pretty easy to get. You know, they weren't like super expensive, and it was just kind of a no-brainer to pick it up. And then I have Legendary Collection, or not Legendary Collection, Speed Duel. You saw the other one on the other page. Then we move into the alt arts, which are pretty nice. This is actually a dual disc promo. This was the first printing of it, I believe. Then we have Legendary Collection GX. Then we have TRC1, I believe. This is super secret, and then actually has a collector's rare. Kind of hard to see with the lighting, I know. Like I said, my setup's not the best. Then we have PAC secret and prismatic. Now we're getting into probably my favorite part of the binder. As you guys know, I love Chimeratech over Dragon. It's my favorite card. So I have a really clean ultra as well as there. And so for this one, I had to go all out. I got 3 printings of Ultimate Rares first edition, all NA. And then I also did the same thing for Japanese. So yeah, this card is like my absolute favorite. So I had to get 3 printings in the like highest rarity, which is ulti. If they ever came out like a prismatic or a starlight, dude, that would be all over it. Then we have Legendary Collection GX. We have the gold rares right here. We have dual terminal, and then we have the what is it, the History Archive collection. That's the parallel rare from that one. Nothing too crazy. That card's probably like 50 cents. So you guys can see, like, there's cards that are big value, but there's also cards that just I love. Like these dual terminal cards, first off, they were some of the hardest to find in good condition. Like, it was just so hard to find them in like minty to near mint conditions, and I, like, you know, they're like $5 for some of these, like a couple cents, but I really just love them, so that's why I went out of my way to get them. I have the secret rare there, and then 2 of the newer ultimate rare printings. You know, these are the new ultimate rare printings in Japan. Definitely not as good as the original ultis, but they're still ultimate rare. Then we get into the cyber darks here. Got the super rares, got the Japanese ones there. Then we move on to some of the ultis here. Looking pretty nice. Got the Japanese ones, man, they stand out so much more. And as you can see, I got the dual terminal. These are all really minty. Moving down here, we have Cyber Dark Horn, Cyber Dark Dragon, You got the Ultra, and I have the English Ulti right there. Mine does have the infamous blue line on it. If you guys take a look, it's, you know, it's nothing like that bothers me about it, just because, you know, it happened to a lot of them. So then we have Japanese right there, Master Collection 2. Then we have Duelist Pack Zane. I actually pulled this one on my Instagram. I was opening packs. Shout out to Strictly Sealed for selling me those packs. And I was actually just getting some common cards from the spell section, and I pulled that guy like pack fresh, and so I was like, damn, that's what's up. So I added it to the binder. Then I have the dual terminal right here. Then we have Chimeratech, what was it, Fortress Dragon. We have the Jump promo. Then we have the Jump promo in Japan. Then we have, I forget what this came from. I don't remember the set, but it was a super rare, and there's not many printings of this guy. So I tried to get everything that I could. And I have the gold rares there. This one is my favorite though. This is like a, I don't know what to call it. I forget the set it is. I'll pop it up on the screen, but this is the most expensive version of this card. I bought it for like 110 bucks as a PSA 8, and I cracked it. So it's like a star foil. I don't know if you guys can really see the pattern or not, but I'll have to look up the set name, but that was the most expensive printing. Then we move into Malefic Cyber End. So Zane never actually used this card, but it did appear in the movie, and it did have GX relation, because, you know, Judai was there, so I count it. And, you know, it's directly related to Cyber End, so I decided to pick them up. And now we move on to the manga cards. We're actually almost done. This is going to be like a 20-minute long video of a shaky camera, so I apologize. But Cyber L10 is one of the only manga cards that Kaiser ever used printed in the TCG or OCG, so I have both of the ultra rares. There's other printings in this card, but this is the Jump version, and this is kind of the cooler version. You know, it's the one that came first. And Cyber Larva. So Cyber Larva and Cyber L10 are the only cards from the GX manga that Kaiser used to ever get a printing. So I have the ones from Legendary. Sorry guys, I accidentally canceled the recording. But so I have the Legendary Collection ones there that come as the promos. And then in Japan they had secret rares for premium packs. So I got 3 copies of those. So now we're moving into the spells, and you guys know I had to get Power Bond, Ulti, and then Legendary Collection GX Secret. Just super, super clean cards. Yeah, I'm super happy to have those. Future Fusion was another big one. This is an Ulti. I cracked this as a PSA 8. So then we have here in Japan, it came as like an ultra parallel rare. That's the highest rarity of this card. It was the highest rarity of the card was the one from Power of the Duelist for many years, the rare. But then that came out like a few years later. We have Legendary Collection GX Raw Yellow Mega Pack. We have the gold rare from 2009. And then we have Dual Terminal. And then here, guys, we have Overload Fusion. And remember earlier when I said that I cracked 2 PSA 10s? This was one of them. I still have the case and everything I can show you guys. But yeah, so this came from D-Legend Yu-Gi-Oh! Shout out D-Legend. He was like, bro, you want to buy this? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna crack it. And he's like, what? He's like, he thought I was fucking crazy. So yeah, I did crack a PSA 10. Super clean copy. I'm a pro at cracking cases, so everything is still super clean. We have Dual Terminal. Then we have Limiter Removal. It has a lot of printings. I have everything from like Pharaoh's Servant up to Legendary Collection Yugi's World, because it was an ultra rare. And then this is a pretty old printing. Like this came out in really, really early days in Japan. I don't remember the set name, but it is really clean copy. And so it's kind of cool to see it super clean, even though it's like super old, like definitely a 90s card. All right, and so we're moving on over here, the last of the limited removals. Then we have Cyber Dark Impact, super clean secret rare. I really like that card. You know, Tactical Evolution secrets are hard to come by in good condition. And then Cyber Dark Impact, this was another PSA 10 that I cracked. I could not find this card in clean condition anywhere, bought many copies off TCG Player and eBay, never came as well as I thought they were. But then Collector's Cash had this up for like 300 bucks on eBay, and I shot them an offer for like 200, I think, and they just took it, so I cracked that guy. So yeah, if you have any Overload Fusion or Cyber Dark Impact PSA 10s, or you keep a track on the pop report, just -1 on both of them. Then we have Different Dimension Capsule, only has common printings, and so I have everything from Pharaonic Guardian up to Dark Revelation, Duelist Pack Zane. So same thing for the Japanese, even though the sets are a little different. but only came as a common, so I got quite a few of those. Cybernetic Fusion support. We only have common printings here in America, which suck, because then when you get down here, you got a gold rare, then you have a secret gold rare. That looks pretty nice. The camera doesn't do it justice. And we're almost done, guys. So we're moving on. Cyber Emergency. This is the only card from the GX manga to get a printing that Kaiser used. And so we have the secret rare, and then we have the ultra rare reprint. So I got obviously the highest rarity is secret rare, but in Japan they actually have a collector's rare, which I think you can see pretty well since the my light is kind of here. So really cool card. And so these are the final cards of my collection, and disclaimer, these never were used in the anime or manga, but it's Chimeratech Overdragon, and it has a really nice prismatic. So, you know, I decided to put them in the binder. Just, you know, it kind of breaks my rule that they had to use it in the anime or manga, but who cares? These cards are super cool. So yeah, guys, that is the entire binder. Yeah, I'm super proud of this. You know, it took me a long time, and I will always treasure these cards. Nothing in here will ever leave. Nothing will ever be for sale out of here. So, you know, I'm just super happy that I'm able to own all these. You know, I worked super hard to get all of these, and, you know, scouring the internet looking for like clean conditions and stuff, man. It was not easy. So I'm just super proud, and, you know, this is what it means to collect GX. You know, I go hard on this stuff. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Try to do the best editing that I can. I'm sorry for the terrible phone quality video recording, but you know, I try to do my best with what I got. I should stop spending money on cards and buy more equipment eventually. But I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.